Disney Cruise Line's newest island destination, Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, is now open. And it wouldn't be Disney if they didn't make this island offer something completely different from the other one. Everything from an incredibly long docking pier to very unique excursions for Disney. They're also going to have a lot of that cultural influence here with the Junkanoo Parade. They have a cultural center, the merchandise that is created from local artisans, and of course they're going to have all the standard Disney fare, merchandise, food, and their leadership team is even Bahamian led. But the cool thing is they've actually overhauled all of that to fit with the local Bahamian culture. This island is really an experience. So the first thing I want to talk about is the pier. We got to get it out of the way. Everybody's talking about it. They really had a dedication to leaving this island with as much of its natural beauty as possible while still building it out for guests. Out of the 900 acres, Disney developed less than 16%. That leaves the majority of the land in its natural state. That's where the pier comes into play. It is an innovative open trestle pier which prevents dredging, and part of the reason it exists is to protect the natural coral. This pier is about a half-mile long. It takes approximately 10 to 15 minutes to walk. About halfway down the pier, they also will have a little inlet. They have started giving out cold towels and water just to help a little bit with that walk. I have heard some people say kind of how it's like getting off the plane in Florida. You've got to make that travel over to Disney World to get into the Disney bubble. I don't know if I'd go quite that far. The thing that I can think of is this might be a little bit hot to walk. I personally have some issues with humidity and make sure to prepare myself. Pro tip, if you have any issues with heat or anybody in your party does, we like to bring a few baggies and a stay cold tumbler. As soon as I get to my stateroom, I take a washcloth, a hand towel, get them wet and put them inside the refrigerator that's in the stateroom. That'll help them get cold. On the day of the island, you want to put a bunch of ice in the big bag, take that cold wet towel, stick it down in there inside that ice, and use that when you get hot across the pier. And again, make sure you've got your water. And for those people who have mobility issues, they do have golf carts. Communicate with guest services when you get on the ship to see what options might be available for you if they are needed. And this is a beautiful walk to the island. Part of this effort that I think is absolutely amazing and is huge is they have committed to sending zero waste to landfill. That means your cups, plates, napkins, almost everything on the island is going to be reusable instead of disposable. And once you step off the pier, you're going to be reaching the Mabrika Cove. Disney's theming on this island is actually super in-depth. Mabrika means welcome, and you will see this theme repeated over and over. Located within that area, once you get off the pier, on the left-hand side is where you are going to check in for your charter boat rentals. They'll have a little bar there, your first and last chance stand with a little bit of merchandise. Over here to the right is where you're going to have the Mabrika Cove cabanas. These are the family cabanas. You need to reserve them in advance, and they do sell out quickly. One of the really nice aspects of these Mabrika Cove family cabanas is that they have their own private beach area. So if you're wanting that view of the ship, a little bit of seclusion and privacy, you definitely want to try to get one of the cabanas. That being said, they are extremely difficult to get. Usually concierge cruisers will get them, and honestly, sometimes concierge cruisers can't even get them. They do sell out really fast. And I have a feeling the Lookout Key cabanas might go even faster because this is a beautiful area strictly for family cabanas. Obviously the beach is gorgeous. There's plenty of space to run and play here, and they even have their own food that will be over here specifically for the Mabrika Cove. The majority of the sightseeing and all the activities are going to be located on the other side of this private island area. Real quick, before we dive into everything here, I want to point out you are going to hear over and over that you cannot compare Castaway Key and Lookout Key. They are very different island experiences and even just different islands in general. However, what are the differences? Well, let me tell you. For Castaway Key, they have created a fictional story. For Lookout Key, instead of creating a fictional story, it's offering guests the opportunity to relax and enjoy the experience, landscape, and culture of the Bahamas through art, music, and storytelling. Castaway Key is very much a Disney island. It has been around for a long time. As a matter of fact, back in the day before it was Castaway Key, they filmed part of the movie Splash. They even filmed part of Pirates in the Caribbean on Castaway Key. So Castaway Key is an island that's been there for a long time. It's really lush, but it is also very much a Disney cruise island. You're gonna get off the ship and everything is going to be very Disney. All of the merchandise on the island is all Disney. Castaway Key is just not going to have the cultural aspect and some of the lush beauty that you are going to find on Lookout Key. Key. That being said, Lookout Key has a lot of foliage that is new that they've just planted for this area for Disney Cruise Line, and so that's really going to grow over the next decade, and it's just going to be a different experience by then. A couple of other differences you will see is Castaway Key is a little more spread out. The Serenity Bay Adult Beach is a tram ride away from the Family Beach. On Lookout Key, those are the same area. You're going to take that tram over to the Goombay Cultural Center, and then you're there. Go to Family Beach, go to the Serenity Bay Adult Beach. It's all there together. And even though you could look at this map and think, oh, these look kind of close together, it really is a bit of a stretch. There is a lot of space on this beach. If you are sensitive to sand or sun, make sure you grab a couple of towels, maybe bring a hat with you, and definitely some of those bags so you can get some more ice for your cold towels. That is my pro tip on every beach. I just am a bit sensitive to the weather, and that really helps. I have to say that the appearance of these beaches is absolutely stunning. I've heard that it's white sand with a little bit of pink mixed in. These colors come through on film, and I can only imagine how much more beautiful they are in person. I see why a lot of people really love this island for relaxation, with Castaway Key being more the playful Disney aspect. A huge thank you to these social media accounts. We really appreciate you hitting the beach and letting us know how it is. And if you see anything of yours in here and we do not have you credited, please let us know. Also, if you're looking for the 5K, they don't have that just yet, and we don't know for sure that they will. Once we find out if they will have a 5K and where that will be, we'll give all the details to you. And I don't often say this, but if you are really interested in getting future updates, make sure to ring the notification bell down below. And actually, Lookout Key reminds me a little bit of some of the aspects of Adventure by Disney. If you're doing an Adventure by Disney vacation, you're going to have a really immersive experience in the cultural aspects of the region you're visiting. And to me, that's kind of what they're doing here with Lookout Key. This is more immersive in the local Bahamian culture and is much less Disneyfied with all of the standard Disney aspects. Castaway Key definitely has the Disneyfied island. The characters are going to be there earlier in the day. They have sunken Disney characters in the snorkeling area. You're going to see Captain Jack over on the adult beach. It's just a lot of Disney theming on that island. Lookout Key is completely different in that it's just meant to be immersion in the Bahamian culture. Of course, it's Disney, so they do have to have some Disney theming in there. They've got the Disney characters, which have their adorable Bahamian fits on. The Disney Dream Magic and Disney Fantasy all sail to Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. My tip is, if you want the best experience on the island, go on the Disney Magic. It has smaller capacity, which means a lot less people on the island. Now, before we dive into this whole area of activities and everything, they are going to have excursions here as well. They're going to have kind of the basic excursions, banana boat, some snorkeling, bicycle rentals, kayaking. These are things that are also available on Castaway Key. They have some really unique excursions and experiences on this island. I think this buggy tour sounds really fun. I also think that this South Elethra Eco and Historical or Eco and Cultural tour sound amazing. They even have a scuba trip on this one. But don't worry, if you're not planning on doing an excursion, you are still going to get a bunch of exposure to the local culture and beauty. It's built into this entire island. Side note, Disney does not actually have this entire island to themselves. It is broken up, and this is the Disney Cruise Line area. To get to Disney Cruise Line, Family Beach, Serenity Bay, all the fun stuff, you're going to catch the tram from the Mabrika Cove Tram Center, and you're going to head on over to the tram stop at Goombay Cultural Center. It's about a 15-minute tram ride, and it's through these internal areas of the island. As you can see, you cannot walk this as of now. We'll see what that might be in the future, and this is where the rest of the fun stuff is. The Goombay Cultural Center tram stop is basically right in the middle of all the fun over here on this side of the island. You're going to get to experience local dynamics through crafts and presentations at the Goombay Cultural Center. Over here on the right side, they will have multiple places to enjoy some fun in the sun. Twice a day, they will have the local Junkanoo Parade. This is Rush, a Junkanoo celebration. This introduces everyone to the signature festival of the Bahamas with colorful parades of dancing and music. At the Play Pavilion, they'll have the Disney Fun in the Sun Beach Bash, where you get to play games with the characters. Pluto's Pineapple Ring Toss, Chippendale's Water Brigade, and Goofy's Good Day Limbo. And of course, some Disney songs to dance to. That's the Disney Fun in the Sun Beach Bash. And then you'll see the Bahamian-inspired fashion on all of the characters designed by Theodore Eilert. There's also going to be this water play pavilion, the Rush Out Gush Out water play. This is available for all ages. The Rush Out Gush Out is a vibrant Bahamian-inspired interactive water play area. It has 2 slides, and you can even create your own island sounds with water drums and make waves in the fountains. And some of the other games and activities for kids of all ages is a gaming pavilion that has a gaga, ball pit, a volleyball court, and more. And Sebastian's Cove will have a lot of youth activities as well. And for a little bit more activity, once that nature trail is fully opened, it really is going to allow the opportunity to discover how beautiful this island is. These blue waters, white sand with pink in them, the white rock, this just all looks completely breathtaking. The nature trail will allow walking or biking to the easternmost end of the island. Along this path, they will have some sculptures and QR codes that you can scan to find out a little bit more information about them. This can be a lot of fun for the tiny humans, and some of the things that you will see are money bat moths, curly-tailed lizards, and land crabs. Just a fun way to learn more about the area. They have a discovery trail that you can take. It's a self-paced scavenger hunt, which is going to take you through Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. You're going to find wildlife, geography, cultural elements. Just a fun way to explore the island. They also have a team of Bahamian on-site conservation experts. They have a variety of ongoing conservation initiatives like the coral restoration projects, bird tagging programs, native plant preservation, and more. It really is, again, about the natural beauty. So let's look at this map here a little bit. Down here at the bottom right, they're going to have the Reef and Rec Bar, Triton's Trumpet Stage, the Play Pavilion for family activities, and Sebastian Cove with youth activities. All along the right side is the Family Beach, and you can see how it just turns into Serenity Bay Beach as you get towards the top. Just a little bit north of that, you're going to see the True Barbecue. They do have covered seating in here. So you can see here, this is their first barbecue area, the True Barbecue. A little bit north of that, they're going to have the Watering Hole Bar. And they've also got sensational smoothies. These look really refreshing, actually. And right next to that is the Rush Out Gush Out, which is the family water play area. It's going to get a little warm, so that's probably going to be a very popular spot. Right over here, they're going to have plenty of shopping for you. Disney Tings, Treasures of Elethra, plates and pleats, where they have hair braiding. And the First Aid Center, it's always good to know where that is. As you go north along the beach, you're going to run into the Flippers and Fins snorkeling rental. Right over to the left of that is the True 2 Barbecue, the second family barbecue location. And then right after that is where you're going to get into Serenity Bay and the adults only area. They're going to have the Serenity Bay Cabanas, and at the very end of this beach area, they're going to have the Serenity Bay Barbecue and the Blue Hole Bar. A couple of other important notes: at the end of the pier, they are going to have a towel station, so you don't need to carry a bunch of towels from the ship. It's a long walk. I do recommend that cold towel if you have issues with humidity, but otherwise they should have that towel station at the end of the pier so you can pick them up and drop them off from that location. All of the local artistry that is a part of this, it is very much an Arab celebration on this island. You're going to have a little bit more character interaction because of the games. Here's a look at their smoothies, and they've got Dole Whip in here. Of course, that's always a win. They've got some specialty drinks as well. Spicy watermelon limeade really sounds refreshing. But what we're definitely going to check out is the Bahamas Coffee Roasters. These are locally roasted in Elethra. I hope they have some beans that you can take home. Here's a look at the menu that they're going to have at True Barbecue. They've got mahi with mango, grilled garlic herb butter salmon, chicken and seafood rice bowls, Bahamian pigeon peas and rice, some saffron and vegetable rice. Of course, they're going to have some of the traditional barbecue items like ribs, burgers. They're also going to have spicy chicken sandwiches, impossible burgers, plenty of cold items as well. And I really like how they have some of the local flavors available here. A couple of other fun things they have that focus on the local aspect of the island: the sights and sounds of Junkanoo Workshop. They also have the Lookout Key Seek and Find. This is a fast-paced scavenger hunt. You work in teams, and it's going to be timed because you want to earn as many points as possible before the time runs out. You can even learn how to create sand sculptures of the animals indigenous to Elethra. They've also got a nature trail that is in process. It's about a mile, and it'll take you to the actual lighthouse on the island. And of course, most people are going to want some merchandise from the island. At Treasures of Elethra, they have authentic original work by Bahamian artists. This store really spotlights local artists with an array of unique gifts and artisan crafts. One of my favorites is these little purses that are made locally. Another merchandise spot is Disney Tings. This will offer a full collection of clothing and accessories designed by Bahamian fashion designers designer Theodore Eilert. Here's a look at some of the merchandise. Obviously, they're gonna have the traditional Disney stuff. Spirit jerseys, ears, cute Disney themed t-shirts, and I've got a little bit of speculation here on what may end up being a third island. Go check out what Disney won't tell you about their next cruise ship.